What's up, everybody? Welcome into Red, White, and Bill's weekly offensive line film analysis. We are the AFC East champs back to back. And hell of a game. Shout out to all the Dolphins players and fans. It was a hell of a game. That was a rivalry game if I ever seen one. And you guys still got another week. And hey, we may end up playing each other again if all goes well. We're going to go through the grades real quick, and then we're going to watch, and then we're going to see what we see and see how the grades align with PFF. So, for the most part, minus 2 people, everybody was graded by PFF quite decently for pass protection. Minus 2 people that we'll get into, but we're going to talk about it. So, Deion Dawkins, offensive grade of a 66.2, pass blocking grade of 75.6. Run blocking grade of 55.9, 2 hurries with 2 total pressures, of course. McGovern, offensive grade of 61, pass blocking grade of 72.1, run blocking grade of 55.2, also 2 hurries with 2 total pressures. Mitch Morse, 58.5 offensive grade, 80.9 pass blocking grade, 50.4 run blocking grade, 0 pressures. O'Cyrus Torrence, who I saw a couple bad plays, but not as many as they said, so we'll have to take a look. 1 sack, 5 hurries, 6 total pressures. Yeesh, not looking good for him. Spencer Brown. Offensive grade of 50.8, pass blocking grade of 19.2, and a run blocking grade of 63.2. Spencer Brown, offensive grade of 50.3, pass blocking 51.7, run blocking 46.3, 1 sack, 1 hit, 2 hurries, 4 total pressures. So between Brown and Torrance, they were credited with 10 pressures and 2 sacks total combined. Bad day for Torrance. As you know, like I said, PFF put it as that. So as we always do, we're going to take a look and see how it matches up. But between the rest of the 3, they only had 4. So there was 14 total credited to the offensive line, which out of 38 is quite not good. But again, we're going to see how it goes. They did have to resort, as the title says, or the description says, to 0 blitz after they sustained more injuries on the D-line. So we're going to talk about it, and we're going to go through as much as we can. So when you see something in the chat, feel free to comment, and we're going to get into this. Okay. This is the first drive after the pick. Everything looks so good starting out, too. I was like, we're just moving down the field. We're taking little chunk plays. Everything looked good. Quick pass to Diggs. Beautiful. Everybody did their job and won their rep. Shakir in motion. Decent run by Cook. Hey, what's up, Mad Chatter? Hit the like button, y'all. Good job by Brown, sealing off the edge. Nice little run by Cook. Any movement from Vaughn? I don't know. Not much. Good run by Lenny here. Brought a blitz here. I think this is a wasted year for Vaughn, yeah. All right. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the line. They got 5 on the line. We got our extra lineman in here. Morse, good job taking the blitz. McGovern, good job. Sealer wants to go that way. You let him go. And Fournette, good read. Dawkins, good job crashing down on Ingram. And it was a good play, Empty backfield. They're bringing 4 again. Again, nothing they can do. Pass the Diggs, nice little chunk. I was dogging group. Yeah, I don't cover the defense, but they didn't really do much in the pass rush. So your dogging could be warranted. All right. They back Ingram up into coverage. Again, all day to throw. Beautiful play. Kincaid. And as you can see early, they clearly, even with Van Ginkel in, they cannot get home with 4. And they eventually go start bringing 0 blitz. There's a beautiful zone run here by Cook. Just watch the holes open up. Pick one. Look at all that. That's why zone run is so beautiful. We moving. Knocks in motion. Trips to the left. Got all day to throw again. Josh should have threw that way sooner to Cook, but he had all day, so what's the harm? They were not going to win with just 4. See, this is a play where Brown will get credited with a hurry because Josh took 45 seconds to throw the football. And that was his guy, even though he backed in the coverage and came late. But nonetheless, the play was completed. Dolphins signed Bruce Irving, Justin Houston, nothing, 0 left in tank. Yeah, they're going to need pass rushers. Good block by Knox, McGovern, Dawkins. Got the double team. Knox crashing Ingram down. Gabe Davis with the initial block. Should have held on a little bit longer, but then we get the tush push or the snow plow. And eventually, you got to do something else besides go to the left. That's why they figured it out eventually. Because how they lined up there, you were going to get killed all day. And then eventually they brought everybody to the line, and we kept running to the left. Davis in motion. Nice little cutback by Fournette. Another great zone run. Gilliam in motion. Play action. This is where Knox got held, and it should have been a PI. And should have been the ball at the 1, and we would have pushed in for a touchdown, but the ref didn't give that one to us. But then later on in the game, they called the interference on Dane Jackson in a big drive. But, oh well. Shakir really coming along. Yeah, he's been balling. And then you're going to see another miscommunication by Davis and Josh Allen. Again, they got to bring the 0 blitz. All right. So this was the same play as in Philly, but this time Josh threw where Gabe went last time, and then Gabe went where Josh threw last time. And again, this is unacceptable. Hey, what's up, Shake? What's up, Owen? So, they got to get. There's no reason why 4 years together, Davis and Josh can't get on the same page on this route. The middle of the field is completely open. So Davis, in my opinion, was correct here, but But so look, I want everyone to look at this. So up until this play, the O-line has been excellent. So you got the 4 guys here, 4 guys on the line, and then they brought 3 more. So you want 5 guys to block 7 and expect it to not show pressure. And that's why, like, I just don't, the fan base needs to understand there's certain situations where this isn't the offensive line's fault. There is 5 linemen, there's 4 D linemen, and they bring 3 on the blitz. So even if you count Cook, that's 6. So there's going to be a free rusher. It's impossible to pick up, especially when they're coming 4 on this angle to 2 people. It's just not going to happen. And that's the point of a zero blitz. That's why they had to resort to that, because they couldn't get home with 4 or even 5. So sure, pressure in his face, but what the hell are you supposed to do? It's impossible unless you max protect. Even so, they should have been on the same page for that play. Gabe is a good wide receiver, but not a fit for Allen. Absolutely. And let's look at it from this angle too. All right, so I guess obviously they disguised it well. You can't tell that this is going to be a zero blitz. But, traditional, everybody's wearing spread, everybody's lined up normal. You got a wide 9 over here with Van Ginkel. So then you got 3 guys here with 2. Morse goes over to help out over here where there's 4. Cook picks up the blitz. Dawkins has 1 guy. McGovern has 1 guy. Cook has the blitz. Morris has this guy. And then Torrance has to make a choice between one of these 2 guys. And he does the right thing and goes inside first. And then Brown got beat a little bit. But the free guy is the one who made the initial pressure. So I want someone to tell me quick how 6 guys were supposed to block 7. And as soon as you can tell me the answer to that question, then we can start blaming the O-line for this play. But Apple was in the right position, even though he shouldn't have. He didn't see it coming, I don't believe. But yep, he was in the right spot. And we got to skip. I promise next year, guys, I'm going to figure out how to just get the offense on here so we don't have to go through all the skipping. But put in the chat while we're waiting. What did you think of that first drive? Even with that last play, that drive alone to me was an A. So put in the chat what you thought of that drive if you've been watching since the beginning. All right, second drive. Good job picking up the blitz there. All day to throw. And this is where you got to hit Stephon Diggs. Josh, you have to hit Stephon Diggs. He absolutely cooked Ramsey. Embarrassed him. Proved that he shouldn't even be on the field. On the same field as Diggs. Like, there's no excuse. No excuse to overthrow that. Absolutely unbelievable. But let's watch the line here. So, of course, McGovern could have picked up this guy, but he knew that Ty Johnson was here. You got a double team over here, one-on-one. Johnson did his job, picked up the blitz. Everybody did a great job. And again, no reason to overthrow that. I saw a post about Josh not throwing a red zone pick all year and immediately knew he was going to get one this game. Yep. Exactly. So instead of having a 90-yard touchdown and being up 7-0, it's 0-0. And look, now they're bringing a blitz from the slot. Great play by Shakir. That's going to be wasted. You got Van Ginkel playing all the way over here. But quick play design, so it didn't really matter. When you have a quick play design, you get it out that fast. Little pitch. Good job by Gabe. Knox with a good block. Gabe could have easily bet this game could have easily been another 48-20 game with all the opportunities. Yeah, we did miss a lot of opportunities, and then we gave the ball away when we shouldn't have in a lot of situations. And drops like that don't help. Okay, they got 5 on the line, and a guy coming. So this is 6 on 6. Problem is, the running back went this way. So Brown's got a choice to make. So this could have been a better play. Not that Kincaid should have caught it regardless, but if it went like how it could have been, 1-on-1, 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 it wouldn't have looked as bad as it did. And of course, I think let's see if there was a little push at the end. Josh flopping. But yeah, so if Ty Johnson went this way, it would have been nice because that's how they lined up on defense. This was a quick pass play design though. But a little pressure got through there. These stupid runs up the middle with your quarterback when they're trying to kill you. Josh Allen turnover machine. And then you're in a position. I can't remember if this is the 4th down play. You're at the 35. This is a 41-yard field goal if you kick it. And then we just throw a pick for no reason. Oh, at least it was like a punt. No, it was a horrible decision, and it was stupid. It was idiotic. And turnovers, no matter where they are momentum shifters. Josh had all the time in the world, and just so people know, when he rolled out, it wasn't because it was pressure. He rolled out to try to get someone open, and then it was just a bad decision. Also, bad decision by the Dolphins player picking it off because they would have got the ball at the 35 instead of the 20. All right, so all day to throw. He didn't move because of pressure. He actually created pressure for himself by moving. And then just the horrible decision, horrible throw. Turnover. So the second drive wasn't as great as the first one, but still nonetheless, that wasn't bad either. So put it in the chat what you thought of the offensive line that drive. That one play with Ty Johnson on the left side, if he was on the right side for pass protection, it would have worked out perfect, but a little bit of pressure leaked through. So just like last, if you want to put the zero blitz as a bad play in that first drive, that was another one, I think. But overall, very, very good. So drop it in the chat what y'all think. I will be putting out a superlative video for the regular season later in the week. Basically, it's just going to be I'm going to go pick one person from each position group, the best one of the group. So obviously things like Josh Allen, James Cook, those ones are going to be givens. And then for the O-line, I'm going to give a couple others besides best lineman. All right, 7-0. It seemed like we were basically already at the 50 almost every single time we threw the ball. I don't know how we could just continuously shoot ourselves in the foot. Hey, caller, thanks for tuning in. Great game, man. It was, a heck of a game. I wish I was there. It was a battle. Both teams seemed to be giving the game away, but that was as it was like an AFC North rivalry game. It felt like just low scoring, turning the ball over kind of game. But it'll be a great game versus Kansas City. But yeah, so far, color it's looking pretty good. But then when you guys dialed up those zero blitzes, it made it a rough day for a couple of our players. It did feel like last year's game versus Miami. Yeah, it almost turned out that way too. Get a ton of yards, and then when it mattered most, you failed. And then they stepped up. Like in the red zone, we were 1 for 5 or 2 for 5 in the red zone. That just can't happen. End of the first quarter. Also, shout out to the Fins Tailgate again. Head over there, subscribe. They do a great work over there. This was a penalty on Dawson Knox. False start. I don't like this view. I like the other view better where it shows the lineman from behind. Another clean pocket. I don't know why Fangio was dropping Ingram into coverage, man. That was just silly. Quick pass. Torrance looked like he was getting beat. But again, it was a quick pass, so it works out. This little first down run for Josh here. One-on-one, double team, one-on-one, one-on-one. And when the guys try to take a trip to the outside, you dance with them. You go with them. This is a time where Josh could step up. He could run. He could run through here. He could run through here. And he decides to run. Great decision. Nobody's open. You take it. So instead of holding the ball longer when you already had enough protection, you can run with it. And he did. All right, they're in man coverage. That play didn't get much. Miami did pretty good job stopping the run. Let's see. Baker, I don't know. I forgot who that is. This might be Kohu. Baker, David Long, Brandon Jones, all in the box. A lot of commotion. All right, they're bringing it, and then Josh backpedals. And a fantastic catch. So let's see. Let's dissect it. You got Javon Holland. You got your 3 linemen. You got linebacker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when you can sense it as a quarterback, this is when you call audibles, call protections. You could bring guys down off the line. You could change the play to a quick pass. But nonetheless, fantastic catch, fantastic throw. Great job. Not a good run. I know we got the strong side over there, but it was this was not good from the start. If we look, they got everybody on one side, and we got our guys over here, but we're crashing that way, we're crashing to the right. So these guys just hang out because they're watching the ball. See, all three of their heads are in the backfield. We're all going this way. And these three all got their heads in the backfield. So that's a great job by that defense. Sherfield realizes I got to get one of these motherfuckers, but he can't get all three because all of our linemen are this way. So then you got 3-on-1. So this was just a bad play from the jump. It would have been nice if Josh could have saw it from the beginning because, again, you're scanning the field. The play is designed is to push everyone this way in a zone run. So if you notice that there's three DBs hanging out over here, corner and two safeties, this wasn't going to work out from the jump. Unless Cook was supposed to run that way and he didn't. It's hard to tell. That was just insane, that play. I thought that was going to be a pick. I'm not going to lie. I said, that's gone. They're picking that off. Three picks in a row. On RPO action. Nice. So after driving down the field multiple times, we finally got in the end zone, and instead of turning the ball over, and it could have deemed costly in this game. And again, I always say it, but I promise I will get to cutting this out in the next year. I will work on it. I will make sure I get better software and learn how to cut videos so I can just have offense and we can just dissect offense instead of me skipping. But while you're watching, just put in the chat what you thought of each drive. We moved the ball very well on that one. And touchdown every time. Tyreek on that out route. Okay. Little nice pitch and catch. Nothing to really look at there. And it always stinks too because you can't see everybody. You can't see the receivers too at the same time. You see, and that's another situation. Josh kind of left the pocket early on that one, but he wanted to get Diggs the ball. He rolled out. Diggs was going that way. It wasn't necessarily because there was pressure. Empty backfield, perfect pocket, runs around, misses. This is where it sucks that he can't just step up right here and find an open guy, but again, nobody's probably open. But he did the right thing, and he saw nobody was open, and he rolled out. But people might see this and be like, oh, it's because there was pressure. No, it was just he didn't see anybody open, so instead of sitting there and waiting for either a holding call or someone to come through, good catch by horrible attempt by Torrance. He just has a couple of those every once in a while. And I just don't get it, like where he just gets Absolutely. It was like patty cake like Brown last year. But again, he is a rookie, so he will have to learn. Going against a guy like Wilkins, he will learn. He had no shot there. So bad rep from Torrance. Very poor. Got Ramsey on a blitz. Agba, Wilkins. Little stunt there. Another bad job by Torrance. Well, I got to say, it was a couple of bad plays in a row. But Josh did his thing there. Got the first. Nice play. Nice rebound by Torrance. Great protection. And what do you know? We're driving down again. I still can't believe they took forever to talk about this 1 yard, and then they still called it 2nd and 10. It's like it didn't matter whether he caught it or not, I guess, because it would have been 2nd and 10. So why'd you take so much time? This is right before the half, I believe. Unbelievable. Can't believe he dropped that. So yeah, Josh had 3 turnovers, but that was an easy drop touchdown. Good job by Josh. See, that's why you can step up there. You got Van Ginkel trying to crash around the outside. Dawkins goes with him outside, and you step up. There you go. You got a lane. And he was even looking at the ball, too. How do you drop that? This I don't understand. If I was Josh, I would have been like, hey, whoever these guys are, run those out routes there, the deep outs. Get as close as you can. But that worked too. Diggs and Ramsey. Took too long to throw that, man. I know he was short, but if he throws it here, he's got a chance to make a play on Baker, and Baker doesn't get to hit him in the head with his helmet. Too late at that point, and Baker made a great play. You got to throw that sooner. Again, there was no pressure, and he was dancing around. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. He got hit at 4 Mississippi, and he didn't even have to move around. If he threw that a little bit sooner, it could have been a touchdown. But instead, it was not. We'll do a little bit more because I know I only saw 2-3 bad plays in that half. And between Brown and Torrance alone, they had 10 pressures, so 10 bad plays together. And I haven't seen that yet. I can only do a little bit longer. I do got to have a couple things to do. But the reason why I wish I could do the whole thing. I condensed it a little bit into just doing shorter shows because I've seen people prefer that more. But I like to paint the whole picture. I like to correct them when they're wrong. I like to praise them when they're good. So you might not get to see all the bad plays, but there was a couple according to PFF. But as of right now, I've only seen maybe 3 or 4 at the most. But we will see. I'll do it maybe this drive, and then I'll have to get going. It was like a second and short or a third and short, maybe. Got nothing. Oof. Dawkins laid the wood on David Long or Baker, whoever that was. That David Long. All right. See, when they started doing this, we gotta start thinking again. They're on to you. He ended up getting it, but eventually, and they ended up stopping it, but they were gonna do it. All right. Diggs in motion. Trips to the right. Handoff. A few yards. I would have liked if Fournette ran by Dawkins because it seemed like the hole was there better, but he made his choice. He still gained a few yards, so I'm not going to hate on him. Pitch. Oof. It's a great block. Cook drops one more ball. Yep. One more touchdown he dropped. And that went nowhere. Yeah, Cook kind of ran into that. He should have cut in, jump cut in. Instead, he went outside to where the block was. Shake money, where's my cigar? You guys got to meet up. Empty backfield. Nice pitch and catch. Good protection. Bring in the house, and then see, and this is where it's like the line's going to get credited with the sack, but you see everybody creeped up. You got Holland on the line. You got both linebackers in the box. You got 4 linemen down. So you got 7 people here again and 6 people in the backfield. And I'm still waiting for someone to tell me how 6 can block 7 or 7 can block 8 or 5 can block 6. I just want that response. And this is where Josh needs to understand you're not going to run from this. You're not going to run from a free rusher. And look, one-on-one, free, one-on-one, one-on-one. And then you got 2 people rushing, but also staying back. Brown did get beat real bad here, but this has to come out quick. You can't try to outrun the zero blitz like this, especially this. Like you're not going to outrun this. And then Brown just got beat. But again, I'm not going to put that on the O-line. Brown did get credited with a sack there. But again, it's just an ugly play. This is where Josh, as a quarterback and as a veteran in a 6th year, needs to understand, okay, they're probably bringing it here, or they might be bringing it here. Let me change something up. Let me make sure there's a short pass or a hot route in here to go to. But, you got Lenny over here. Yeah, the free rusher came in. If maybe there was no free rusher here, you could have outran Ingram. But from the jump, he initiated. And if Brown didn't get beat, which he did, again, it happens, Josh could have maybe outran Baker and ran forward, but at that point he couldn't. Josh Allen is still a bum and played like one. Go Dolphins. Fins up. What's up, Miss Fins? Hey, if he plays like a bum and wins his games, I'll take it, baby. But, yep, so that's that. I'm going to have to get going because I can't do all of it. I got to do some chores and go to the gym still. But, again, you guys have seen what you've seen. And to me, again, according to PFF, there's a few more plays that go wrong for Brown and Torrance. But from what we saw so far in the film for about 40 minutes, it was a very good performance. And where it goes wrong is when there's one extra rusher than there is protectors. So, and that's going to happen to any team. So, that's what it is. And I thought they did a solid job. I thought Miami also did a good job on defense as well, stopping the run and then bringing the zero blitz when it mattered most. Josh needs to do a better job of understanding when something like that may happen. You can change stuff at the line because your offensive line so when you run plays, so say like in high school we had like crazy plays, it was like pink tiger, New Zealand, like whatever. Each word is an indicator for position group. So New Zealand for offensive line could be we're slide blocking to the left. So if Josh thinks, okay, I think they're going to bring everybody to the right, he could change it to let's slide to the right, slide to the left, slide to the right, whatever. So he's the one that has to do that. The offensive line doesn't do things on their own. So if he sees, I think there's a zero blitz coming. Oh, I'm going to bring Dawson Knox off the ball, bring him down here for an extra blocker. Or, hey, Diggs, you're supposed to run a 9. Now we're going to have you run a 2 or a 3 or a 4 just to make sure it's a quick pass. And, it's a part of the growing process. But again, as of what we watched so far, I thought the line did a solid job. Again, PFF was harsh on Torrance and Brown. And there was a few plays that we would have to get to later on, but I can't do the whole thing today. Maybe if I got time, I could do the rest of it. But like the video, subscribe to the channel. Head over to Miss Fiends, the Fins Tailgate. Subscribe to their channels. They're fantastic. And good luck, Miss Fins, next week for Kansas City. That's a tough one. I don't know who to root for because they're both enemies. But I want to see you happy, so I'll root for you guys. But subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought about the line. If you're just tuning in, if you could, go back and watch from the start and let me know what your thoughts are. Congratulations to them. They played 17 regular season games with the same lineup. Only time the line got switched up was when they were winning by a lot and we took the guys up for rest. So that's incredible on its own. And I will be getting a video of superlatives out for the regular season soon. Miss Francis, thanks for seeing you in the divisional round. We'll see you when we see you. And oh yeah, the Steelers. All right. I know your brother would want that, right? Because he's a Steelers fan. But thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 400. Not by the end of the year because the year's already over, but let's just get there. Like the video, share it out to everybody. Let's get some conversations going. Bills up for Miss Fins. Go Bills. We'll see you later.